What's up, everybody? Justin here to do a new countdown show, Top 5 Countdown. This is my top 5 most underrated wrestlers or WWF superstars. Why am I calling them WWF superstars? Most underrated WWF superstars, because all these guys on this top 5 were in the WWF. They started in the WWF. So here we go. This is a new countdown, top 5 most underrated WWF superstars or wrestlers, whatever you want to call them. Number 5. And most of these guys on the list, on the top 5 countdown, all of them, they're on this countdown because all of them have not held the WWE Championship. Not one of them has ever won the title. Very sad, but it's true. They definitely, all of them, in my opinion, all of them could have been a world champion and WWE champion. Number 5 is Jake the Snake Roberts. The guy is really underrated, in my opinion. And I say underrated because he never was WWE champion. That's what I mean by saying that. Most underrated because he was never WWE champion. He came into the company in 1986, I believe. And he lasted a long time, until 92. So 86 till 92, Jake the Snake Roberts was a huge star, especially in the late 80s. Had his snake, Damien, and then Damien, I guess, got killed by earthquake when he sat on him. That was a pretty funny storyline. And then he got Damien's older brother or something. I believe the snake was called Lucifer, I think. So Jake the Snake Roberts is my number 5. Because he was never WWE champion. He wasn't even a tag team champion or intercontinental champion. Very sad. I believe he was a Smoky Mountain Wrestling world champion at one time, I think. But he actually went to WCW for a short time, very short run in 92, and he didn't even win a title in WCW. So my number 5 most underrated WWF superstars. Number 5 is Jake the Snake Roberts. Number 4, Ravishing Rick Rude. Yes, he was an Intercontinental Champion, but was never WWE Champion, was never a Tag Champion. He had the second most prestigious title in the Intercontinental title. He did have that, but he was still underrated, because he was never WWE champion, and that was sad. But the time he's in WWF, he couldn't really be WWF champion because they weren't going to give it to him anyways, because they were only giving it to guys like Hogan, Savage, and Rick Rude's time there. The guys that were champion were not losing it for a long time. The only guys that were champion in Rick Rude's time in the company were Hogan, Savage, and then Ultimate Warrior had it for a while. At least, I think 8 months Ultimate Warrior had it. He had a good match against Rick Rude in a cage at SummerSlam 90. So Rick Rude definitely was better on the mic, better talker, better wrestler than the Warrior. He should have been a champion, but Warrior got lucky because he had the look. And I guess Vince believed that Warrior could replace Hogan, but he couldn't. Anyways, number 4, Rick Rude. He did go to WCW, become a U.S. champion, and become a international world heavyweight champion. That old world title belt. It was basically, they called it the international title. Before that, it was the NWA title. Basically, it was just a world heavyweight championship that WCW created. For some reason, they had to call it the international championship. because they already had the WCW World title. So number 4 is Rick Rude. I still think he was really underrated in WWF. Number 3, Rowdy Piper. The guy on this top 5, the guy was the best talker out of all of them. Piper is the number 1 talker on this top 5, and Jake the Snake was probably number 2. He was a very good talker also. So Rowdy Piper, one of the best promo guys ever. He did great stuff with Piper's Pit, but the guy was never WWE champion. Piper is really underrated, in my opinion. So Rowdy Piper, number 3, most underrated WWF superstar. Yes, he was Intercontinental Champion, but he could never win the big one. Sadly, he didn't get the opportunity to be WWE Champion. And now, very sadly, he's passed away. He's no longer with us. Same with Rick Rude. He's no longer with us, but out of this top 5, three of the guys are still with us. And I hope they live into their 80s at least. Number 2, most underrated. This guy's done a lot. I think he's like a 7-time tag champion, or 8-time tag champion, Billy Gunn. He's a many-time tag champion, Intercontinental champion. He might have been hardcore champion, I don't remember. Billy Gunn, 1999, King of the Ring. So Billy Gunn did a lot, but he never won the big one, never became WWE champion. I think he was underrated. He had a great look. He had the it factor. He was a great worker, not really a good talker, but he was a great worker and he had the look. So number 2 is Billy Gunn. Again, very underrated because he was never WWE champion. Number 1, most underrated WWF superstar. He was there for only 2.5 years. Over 2 years. He was in the WWF for only over 2 years, and the guy did a lot. The guy did just about everything. He won the tag titles. He won the Intercontinental title. He won, might have won the hardcore title. He won the King of the Ring. Who am I talking about? Number 1, most underrated. As I said, he's done it all. Ken Shamrock, the world's most dangerous man. He did it all. He won King of the Ring in 98. At one time, I think in early 99, late 98, Ken Shamrock held 2 titles. Held the tag titles and the Intercontinental title at the same time. I think he got 1 or 2 WWF title shots against HBK, but he did not win. Ken Shamrock, number 1 most underrated WWF superstar in my opinion. This ends as top 5 most underrated WWF superstars countdown. Hope you enjoyed it. Follow me on Twitter at WWE NXT Guy. Also like, comment, share, and subscribe if you enjoy and like my videos. Bye for now, everybody.